rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to day 2 of our journey in Cornwall, and on this particular day we went to Nanjizal Beach. We left the hostel, well, our bell tent, at around 10 o'clock after having some breakfast. We didn't use the facilities at the hostel because there was a large group of kids that went on a school trip and we didn't want to be in their space, so we just had our own breakfast with what we had. The journey from the hostel was about 30 minutes drive. Lots and lots of hills in Cornwall. I'm telling you, the amount of times we had to accelerate just to make sure we did not roll off the hill was crazy. But it makes sense. It's the most scenic place, the most beautiful place I've ever been to in the UK so far. And it just goes to show why it is. Just purely driving through the city was therapeutic and wonderful. There wasn't much traffic, as you can tell. There were cars here and there. Of course, they were going to their own destination. Not many people went to the beach itself. You will see that in later footage. There wasn't much people there. The weather was wonderful. It was nice and warm, and it was definitely perfect for our day out at the beach. The kids were fed and prepped, which was the number one thing I had to make sure I had to do, because I knew from my research beforehand that Nanjizal Beach did not have any food facilities or any public facilities whatsoever there. So I had to make sure that I had everything I needed. I had extra clothes for them, which I just threw into the boot. And I did not take the pram with me. I have 2 younger children who are under the age of 2. So I did have to use my pram in general for our holiday, but this particular beach I did not use the pram because the footpath to the beach was not pram appropriate. It wasn't even walking appropriate, but we had to get there nonetheless. Just stopped to get some footage of these beautiful homes that are located just before the beach. There's a pond on the road that you have to park on before going to the beach. Here we have started our journey to walk towards Nanjizal Beach. My husband was very hard to convince because he was just like, where on earth are you taking us? I was like, please trust me, inshallah, we are getting there. And the people at Cornwall, I have never met such friendly people. They were so sweet and kind, and they were just generally willing to help you. If they saw that you were in problem, they were going out of their way to help you. And there were several people who were walking back from their journey at the beach, and we were telling them, are we going the right way? They were like, yes you are, you're fine, don't worry. Here's this abandoned cottage I found. I was like, this is amazing. All the doors were open, and inside you could tell no one was in there for years. So I just thought I should Google that. And once I reached this place, you could actually see the beach. I was like, okay, this is good, we're getting somewhere, because the whole time all I could just see was bushes and flowers. You could just see right there. And there it is, there's the beach, and my son going in the opposite direction. I had to drag him back. But guys, one thing to remember, the route down was very steep. Met some wild horses who greeted us before we went down the stairs to the beach. This beach, for you to get down to it, there's a stairs that you have, but the main journey, the most of the journey, you have to go down the steep slope, the steep pathway. This beach had its own waterfall. I'm telling you, that was my favorite part of the beach. I could literally soak my foot inside the sand with the water that was coming from the waterfall. As you can tell, there wasn't much people there, which was great. The people were friendly, everyone was doing their own thing, everyone was enjoying the view, as was we. My kids were running around just playing with the water. My son, here he is, the youngest one, trying to eat seaweed. I was trying to get a video of him, but that's the best I could get. He was more busy with trying to fiddle with the seaweed, but he enjoyed it too. He couldn't open his eyes, to be honest, because it was so sunny. Nonetheless, it was great. It was wonderful. My favorite beach out of all the beaches I went to, even though it was very hard to get there. Just splashing my feet through the water, so blissful, so therapeutic. Definitely needed this with the year that I had. This beach also has its own cave. I know, cave. Right there. On the surrounding hills, there were steps you could use just to hike around the beach. Thank you so much for watching. Follow us on our social media and subscribe so that you can see more of our videos to come, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.